All right, welcome to Caitlin's Sports Corner. It is April 9th, 2012 in the evening where I am, and I hope you all are well. Let's go ahead and start the show um, with a moment of silence for Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Dwayne Haskins, who died after being struck by a dump truck. Let's go ahead and have our moment of silence. Thank you very much for doing that, everyone. All right, well, in regards to Dwayne Haskins, I'm a Michigan State fan, so watching him play, as a Ohio State quarterback, was just fun to watch because he gave me a heart attack every time he went on that field. I am serious. I mean, just when I thought Michigan State had a lead, up here comes Haskins in the OSU offense for another show. I'm like, gosh. But really, he was a very talented athlete, and sure, and we all struggle with things when we become professionals, and reporter for ESPN and Adam Schefter, um, you know, comment, tweeted about Haskins' death and kind of just talked about his struggles, how he's struggling in the NFL, and so forth. So all I'm gonna say about that is this: we are humans. We are nowhere near perfect, and it's a shame that somebody would drag Haskins' name and just show name it and shame just to show him how bad of a player he was. Okay, no one's perfect. I mean, playing the NFL is not easy. What we all have going on in life isn't easy. It doesn't mean you have to run around the whole block or neighborhood or whatever, all over the world on freaking social media. I think when a person passes away, personally, I think it has to do with the fact that we should remember that person for what the positive things they've done on this earth, not the negative, not the Haskins had a horrible NFL career. Okay, so what? He was good at, but that's nothing to laugh at. He won to test the water. That was courage for him, I would think. Test the waters, leave OSU, go to the NFL, and try to make some ways over there. It takes courage to play at pro levels, and you know what? He is a great athlete, and it was really unfortunate how he died. And I wish him the best in heaven, and I pray for those who are affected by this. It's just Adam Schefter could have known better. I think Adam Schefter could have just left out Haskins' career. Not even mention it in the tweet, but of course he did. Why wouldn't he? Because he's Adam Schefter. So, but I think we all should just remember Dwayne Haskins as a talented Ohio State Buckeye quarterback who just shocked the world with his skills and had a dream to be working in the NFL, and he did. So I'm gonna keep it at that. So, Dwayne Haskins, rest in peace. I'm sorry your life ended too soon. You were only 24 years old. Too young. Too young. I'm 39. I feel older, but really, that is too young. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about some football. I've been kind of noticing there's a couple of things that caught my attention really. One of them will have to be um, the Raiders fans, and could there be like a tie between the Raiders and the Deebo Samuel, the 49ers wide receiver? It could be, because judging by the news, it looks like wide receiver Deebo Samuel wants to leave San Francisco. I don't blame him. I really don't. But man, that's gonna be a huge shoes to fill for whoever would take his place. Oh man, just thinking about seeing Deebo Samuel might be joining the Raiders. That's scary. I mean, according to this article, Deebo is following quite a few Raiders players, but not the Niners. Hashtag Raider Nation. Oh, so okay, I see what Josh McDowell's is doing, which by the way, he tarnished the Broncos. Happened in Raiders land. But anyway, yeah, just think about it. Devontae Adams left Green Bay, became a Raider, and now you have Deebo Samuel might be leaving, San Francisco for Las Vegas. I'm like, good Lord, dangerous. That is scary good. Carr will have, if this actually happens, Carr will have more weapons. Yeah, but does that actually mean Carr would be good? It's kind of, Carr reminds me of, no offense or anything. I'm pumped to have Russell Wilson on my Broncos, but let's put it this way: he's good. Russell Wilson. Derek Carr is good, but to a certain degree. There are times where he can perform and he'll just everywhere. So and he's not playing well. So I sincerely hope, that, the more Josh McDaniels builds that offense, wide receivers and so forth with their Carr, I think Carr will have a huge advantage point if he uses it wisely. And so, yeah, it should be interesting. And on top of that, what about Hunter Renfrow? Okay, think about it. With Devontae Adams there and maybe Deebo Samuels, how much fantasy value will Hunter Renfrow have? Because there are a lot of people are divided. Because the minute, and I've been noticing this too, the minute Devontae Adams went to the Raiders, everybody forgot, Renfrow. Yeah, they did, and went straight to Adams. So, and it makes sense, but at the same time, I'm like, I think Hunter Renfrow was a playmaker last season. I mean, he was just on fire, going up and down the field, catching difficult passes. Just I didn't have him. I wish I did. So it's just, and of course that's gonna be more competition for Renfrow when if Deebo Samuels decides to show up as a Raiders instead of a 49er. So I don't know. I kind of feeling like this National Football League off season as like fantasy watch, more of a stress fantasy watch, because a lot of players that I would normally draft, they're and I normally draft, their values would change because somebody new has joined the team or somebody better. It's like for me, it's like let's put this in perspective here. Aaron Rodgers playing chicken. Yes, I'm gonna go to Denver. Don't give me the money. Suck Denver. Whatever. But anyway, I know I'm still butthurt about that. I'm a little annoyed by that. I still love Aaron Rodgers, but I'm still annoyed. But anyway, it's maddening because it's like, Aaron Rodgers is capable of doing great, but without Devontae Adams, will his fantasy football that will do well? Will he do well for fantasy football people? Will he succeed or will he fail? It's just like, because I can tell you right now with Devontae Adams at with the Raiders, I can tell you right now is that Adams will have the most targets. Guarantee it. Renfrow will be wide receiver 2, and he's just gonna be like that sneaky weapon, but the main focus will be on Adams. And now if you put Deebo Samuel in the mix, that will add more opportunities for people to distract. Just distract Carr from tossing them. But I think, that Adams will just be dynamite. I really do. And unfortunately for Aaron Rodgers, I think and because of Adams' departure, I think Aaron Rodgers' fantasy stock has dropped a little bit because of it. I really do. Also, with the fact that he brought in all that drama, I'm like, golly. It's like, dude, if you're on that, I just get your butt over here to Colorado and we'll take care of you. But that's not the case. Because obviously, once, Aaron Rodgers signed a new deal, the Broncos immediately started negotiating with Russell Wilson. So now the Broncos are dangerous. I'm excited. I just hope Russell Wilson doesn't flop late in the season like he always does, and he doesn't get hurt either. I know that finger injury he sustained so last season really damper tamp, put a damper on things. So we shall see. So I think this football off season is it has been roaring. It's been shaking my mind a little bit. And people, I've been noticing this too. A lot of people are starting to do their fantasy football 2022 mock drafts. But for me personally, it's too early because the NFL draft didn't happen. And there are still plenty of free agents who are waiting to get signed. Where will Baker Mayfield go? Will Kenny Pickett be the first quarterback to be picked? Which he will not. Like guy from Houston, Willis, he'll be the first to go. Guarantee it. And then, it's just like, it's just so much going on. But I cannot tell you. It's like this. Let's put it this way. Okay, Cooper Kupp, hands down one of the best receivers in the NFL, along with Jamar Chase. I get that. Okay, but now that the Rams added Allen Robinson from the Bears, how's that affect Cooper Kupp's value? So it's just, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I'll just have to wait for June and July just to see, fill with it to see, to see where everything goes from there. So let's go ahead and talk about. I found this article called NFLTR review looking ahead to the 2023 quarterback carousel. And this is really interesting because they're kind of just like dividing things in, and they made some, right, put all these quarterbacks in the group, like in one group. So you have the elite established. You got Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Justin Herbert, Joe Burrow, Russell Wilson, Deshaun Watson, Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott. Okay, so the only problem I have with that would be that Justin Herbert should be below Russell Wilson. No, yeah, he should be below Russell Wilson. He doesn't deserve that spot because it's Justin Herbert. He's great, but you know what? It's just, I like to see more out of Herbert. He's doing great. Don't get me wrong. He's been awesome. It's like, but I don't think he should be on the third spot at this moment. But please give me your opinion on it. I'd love to hear it. And then Deshaun Watson, that's too early to call. I know what kind of quarterback Deshaun Watson is, but it's too early to call kind of if he's elite or whatever. So it's just too early to call right now. I have to watch. I mean, I've had before in a fantasy league, but still, it's just too early. I can't do that. And then retirement watch. There are two quarterbacks in the retirement watch: Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. I don't know. With Tom Brady, I'm surprised both Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers on the elite list on the elite list because both of them are just, they just know what to do. They just want to win. They'll win or try to win. It depends on who they're playing against. But honestly, Tom Brady doesn't want to retire, so he's back to Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he's going to retire just yet. I think he's going to do that for a couple of seasons, but it's retirement watch. So unless, both of them become really unhealthy, then yeah, absolutely. But right now, I don't see a retirement watch on both of these guys. I really don't. Then let me scroll down to here. Disgruntled. Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray, Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson. Okay. With Kyler Murray, if you've been paying attention to the news, there's been a lot of drama between Murray and the Cardinals organization. And I don't blame him. I'm like, Murray got the team to, it's like the whole team had a great start. They looked so promising. They were undefeated for a little while last season, and then they flopped. I get it. Murray wants to win a championship, wants to win a Super Bowl. Totally understand. But I think Murray just needs to settle down and realize that the drama he creates not welcome, but at the same time, guess I guess he could be motivated during that time too. I would think motivate the team to do better, cheer them on to do better. But other than that, and it's true, I can't even see Murray get traded because of this. I really do. It sounds like he's asking for a trade. And what about Lamar Jackson? Disgruntled? 50-50. Lamar's great with the feet work. His feet work's great. He runs like crazy. He's a mobile quarterback, but his passing game sucks. I'm not drafting him again. He almost tore up my hair drafting him. Sorry, Jackson. No offense, but yeah, I can understand why he's unhappy too. He doesn't have really good receivers to catch the ball. You can tell Rashad Bateman, he's not doing, he's not his fancy football stock. Excuse me, it hasn't helped much. And top of that, it's just it's just what wide receivers. What about running backs? What running backs? So how about this? Solid veterans for a quarterback. Derek Carr, Matt Ryan, Kirk Cousins, Ryan Tannehill. Ryan Tannehill should be above Kirk Cousins. Although I do agree that Kirk Cousins stays with Minnesota, but I really think Ryan Tannehill deserves the third spot and Cousins drops to the fourth. And I'm not saying to be mean. I'm just saying how he played last season. I mean, I thought he played great. He had, Justin Jefferson was lighting it up, and Dalvin Cook was doing okay, but Conklin was doing okay. But man, there were some decisions Cousins made where I'm just like, gee whiz, wake up. Of course, I didn't have that on my fantasy teams, but I'm like shaking my head like, wake up. So, and I think, Carr, Ryan, Cousins, Tannehill are solid veterans. Matt Ryan, I'm really curious. Matty Ice, left Atlanta Falcons to become the Colts' new quarterback, and I'm really curious to see how well Ryan will adjust to a new offense. And with that being said, what about the monster tight end he left behind in Atlanta, Kyle Pitts? Pitts had a great rookie season, just fabulous. So with Marcus Mariota as the new quarterback, does Pitts' fantasy value drop or gain more? It's like Calvin Ridley pretty much messed up his career as far as I'm concerned. So they're down to a couple of other wide receivers, even some new wide receivers for that matter, because of the draft. And Russell Gage left, so you tell me. It's just it's only a matter of how well Mariota can step up and become that leader the Falcons really want. And same thing goes for Ryan. The Colts organization are looking for a leader quarterback, and Wentz wasn't it. And don't remember, I like Wentz, but he just wasn't it. And it's just like, come on, Colts, find that quarterback. And I think they have it with Ryan. I'm just waiting to see how well Ryan does. All right, so the next category is the youngsters quarterback: Trevor Lawrence, Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Mac Jones. The only thing I would switch places, quite honestly, is I would put Mac Jones over Trevor Lawrence. The Trevor Lawrence goes to second, then it goes to Justin Fields to third, and then Trey Lance to fourth. And the reason I put Trey Lance last is because he had small contributions last season, but I haven't really seen anything out of him yet. Trevor Lawrence did okay. Way late in the season, he did fine. But I think with the new coach, which just happened, and add some more talent for Trevor Lawrence, I think he'll thrive okay. Now, Justin Fields, I think if the Bears listen to him and give him more of an offensive line, more talent of receivers and so forth, Justin Fields will do just fine. Now, Mac Jones is doing good. He's actually stepping up, making those plays. Not that I'm saying that Lawrence and Fields haven't stepped up, but I think Mac Jones has more of leverage because of, I guess, I don't know, maybe his playing style. I guess I'm not entirely sure. But Mac Jones really proved himself more than Lawrence, Lance, and Fields last season. So it should be really interesting to see what will happen next NFL season. And then the long leash crew, we have the after the long leash crew, we have the last chance bunch, last chance bunch. Dolphins quarterback Tua Tagovailoa and Giants quarterback Daniel Jones. Okay, and I don't care who. I would not place. I'm not switching those two quarterbacks at all. But all I'm saying is this: the Giants should have moved off of Daniel Jones maybe, I don't know, last year. He has it, but maybe if they put him. Well, then again, the Giants don't even really have a backup quarterback. So I think a really good one for that matter. Mike Glenn is not the answer. And so it's just, I like Daniel Jones. He played for Duke. He did great in college, and he's decent in it as a quarterback in the NFL. But I think he is capable of more. And the Giants picked up new head coach Mike McDaniel. And oh no, that's Dolphins. My bad. Sorry. But anyway, yeah. So I think I think it wouldn't hurt Jones to learn from a really good veteran. But then again, the Giants do not have a veteran on their roster. Now, the Tua Tagovailoa this season is do or die for both quarterbacks, but especially for Tua Tagovailoa because the Dolphins won a huge trade by getting Tyreek Hill from the Chiefs, and the Dolphins have new head coach Mike McDaniels, and he said one of his top priorities is doing whatever he can to make Tagovailoa successful. So Tua wants to be good. He wants to carry this team. He wants the Dolphins to win. But in order to do that, he needs to step up. He's not stepping up as a quarterback. He's just not. This is now the game. Dolphins gave Tagovailoa Tyreek Hill. Make use of it. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle are your best friends on the offense. So is my tight end Mike Gesicki. So it's just like part of me wishes that no. Here we go. Yeah, part of me wishes that some of that part of me wishes that the Dolphins can actually be good this year. All right. Bridge quarterbacks and reclamation project. Steelers quarterback Mitchell Trubisky, Falcons quarterback Marcus Mariota, Seahawks quarterback Drew Lock, Panthers quarterback Sam Darnold. Now, the list is fairly accurate in my opinion. All right, Trubisky will actually have a shot to like a redemption shot to show people that he can do this. He can be the quarterback. He can carry a team. He can lead a team down the field. Okay. And then you have Marcus Mariota, who's been back up to, and of course, Mitchell Trubisky was from Buffalo, so he was back up to Josh Allen. Then you have Marcus Mariota become the new starting quarterback for the Atlanta Falcons. And Marcus Mariota was the backup to Derek Carr, and then Drew Lock. Oh, gosh. Have fun, Seahawks. He was the backup to Teddy Bridgewater for the Broncos, where I live, and then he became the starter, and he just sucked. Oh, I wish people paid more attention. Then you got Sam Darnold, who was the backup to Cam Newton and PJ Walker. So here's the thing. Out of all the four, Trubisky and Mariota are the most promising. It's like Sam Darnold tried to find success with the Jets, didn't work. Tried to find success with the Panthers, didn't work, but he didn't suck as bad. But it was awful at times. And then Drew Lock did whatever he could with us, and it didn't work. Thank gosh. And so I think for Lock and Darnold, for both quarterbacks going to an entirely new team, it could be entirely better. But I would not draft them, period. I would not. I'll need to watch it would take a lot of convincing for me to draft them for next fantasy football season. So a lot convincing. I mean, they gotta step up and play. Marcus Mariota's maybe. I'm not gonna draft him just yet either because it's been a while since he actually played like a full football game. So I'm gonna watch that. And same thing with Trubisky. I think um, if Trubisky could get a hold of himself, he can be dynamic. If Marcus Mariota could get a hold of himself, he could be dynamic. So I really think if Trubisky and Mariota stepped up to the plate as their team's new quarterback and really deliver, and I mean absolutely deliver, okay, I might pick him up in free agency. We shall see. But also the thing too is that both quarterbacks are going to a different team, so it should be actually all four quarterbacks. Well, maybe not Sam Darnold, but all 3/4 quarterbacks are on new teams. So it's just a matter of understanding the style of what the team is about. All right, so the 2023 quarterback landscape. You have Tom Brady, Lamar Jackson, Derek Carr, Jimmy Garoppolo, Baker Mayfield, Nick Jones, Nick Foles, Sam Darnold, Teddy Bridgewater, Taylor Heinicke, Gardner Minshew, Drew Lock. Fun fact, Gardner Minshew is still a free agent. So I'm not arguing with this list. And so these are just like this list. It's just basically players that are currently in contract years. So, I mean, that's just what it is. But yeah, Tom Brady's in contract, but yeah, he went trying to get to the Dolphins. And of course, in 2023, the class of rookies in 2023 will be just screaming because the Ohio State's quarterback CJ Stroud and Alabama's Bryce Young will be there, and then you're gonna have, and maybe, and just maybe, Spencer Rattler might even show up. So we'll see. I think it's gonna be interesting. I think it's gonna be a wild NFL fantasy football season coming up, and I think it's interesting for me because I play fantasy football religiously. I do, trust me. And just watching everybody leave a team, go to a new team, it just really messes up the whole fantasy aspect in my mind. I'm like, well, let's throw that one down. I would love to have Cooper Kupp again, but I don't know. Not with Allen Robinson or whatever. All right, so as you know, so we're gonna switch sports now. So as you know, opening day was this week for baseball, and their things got pretty interesting, I shall say. There were some really great games. Padres. Oh, Padres are my hometown team. I'm from San Diego. I've been in Colorado for 3 years, and so it drives me mad. Yu Darvish was pitching. They take him out. They put the middle relief pitchers in, and everything just screws up. And it was also it got me so mad, so annoyed. Walk batter, and then bottom of the ninth, thought we could secure the win. And it was National Beer Day, and believe it or not, the guy coming up to the plate is South Beer. And first pitch, boom, home run. Diamondbacks win it. Good Lord. I mean, that was just a wild finish. The Padres failed. They won last night, but they failed on opening night for them. But they won last night. I haven't looked at the score yet. And then, of course, Josh Donaldson acquired, going, I believe, from Toronto to the Yankees. He bailed out Cole with a home run, which is crazy. Scherzer overshadowed by benches clearing incident. And it says here that Max Scherzer made his Mets debut on Friday going up against his old ball club, the Nationals. Unfortunately, his start might not be what people take away from the game. In the fifth inning, Mets shortstop Francisco Lindor was hit in the helmet by a pitch from Steve Cishek. Lindor went down the benches, the bullpens cleared, with New York manager Buck Showalter being one of the most aggravated Mets personnel. So Lindor departed the game. It should be noted that Lindor was the fourth best player hit by a pitch already in the series. Scherzer did his part, by the way, recording a quality start by throwing 6 innings and allowing 3 runs on 3 hits and a walk. He also struck out 6 batters and threw 53 of his 80 pitches for strikes. Rangers shelled Belerios, but Blue Jays come back. So yeah, so the Blue Jays on this one against the Twins, they're Blue Jays against the Rangers. Sorry. I tell you what, they were down, but man, those bats just swung. Bryce Strong and M's debut. Phillies lineup gets up to hype. Let me tell you something about the Phillies so far. Kyle Schwarber. Whoa. More dynamite for Cassiano and Bryce Hopper. And there are walk-offs, a lot of walk-offs, walk-off home runs, and it's just, and that's about as far as I'm concerned, according to Starkle. But I tell you what, I'm just glad that baseball's going back. I'm glad people can finally decide how to make things right, change things, whatever. I'm just glad baseball's back, even though the Colorado Rockies are whack. Well, they lost opening night. The Rockies won yesterday. I haven't looked at the score yet. And last time I checked my fantasy baseball, I'm ahead in one league and losing in the other league. So I tell you, fantasy baseball is so different. But anyway, what I like about baseball is that everybody's kind of like a community. Everybody's just enjoying themselves, having a great time. So that's just what it is. And I'm happy for it. I'm going to probably catch the rest of the games here after I finish getting us uploaded and stuff. So anyway, before I go, let's quick quick basketball news. Sorry. It sounds like LeBron James might just wants out of being a Laker, and I don't blame him. The Lakers haven't been playing well at all. But how about them Denver Nuggets? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The Denver Nuggets are in the playoffs, but I don't know. There seems a lot of tension in the Los Angeles Lakers area. I'll keep an eye on that. And of course, Dallas Mavericks star Luka Doncic avoids suspension after NBA rescinds 16th foul. I was looking this up. Dallas Mavericks star Luka Doncic avoided a one-game suspension when the NBA rescinded the technical foul called on him during Friday night's blowout win over the Portland Blazers. The league, this is how they decided not to suspend him. The league office made the determination Saturday after review of what would have been Doncic's 16th technical foul of the season, which triggers an automatic suspension. The slate is wiped clean for the playoffs when players receive an automatic one-game suspension after 7 technical fouls. Doncic is eligible to play in Sunday's regular season finale game against the Antonio Spurs, a game that could determine whether the Mavs are the 3rd or 4th seed in the West Conference. And of course, when the foul happened, Doncic was upset that foul wasn't called on his half-court heave at the end of the first quarter, when the Mavs had a 36-13 lead over the Blazers. Doncic was undercut from behind by Portland's Elijah Hudges on the play and pleaded his case to referee Tom Washington while on his back. After getting up, Doncic walked across the court to talk to brothers. Although the Dallas forward Dorian Finney-Smith attempted to hold him back, brothers called Doncic for a technical seconds later. So man, that was wild for Doncic, but he got cleared, so he's gonna play in the finale. And I'm pretty sure he wants those Mavericks to be the 3rd seed. I would think 3rd seed would be a good spot for the Mavericks, in my opinion. I'll keep an eye on that too. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go. I wish you guys a happy rest of your Saturday night, and I'll catch you guys Monday night. No, not Monday night. Tuesday night. Monday night's my music channel. Tuesday nights. See you Tuesday night. Bye.